AI search results are going to change the world of SEO forever. But what do you as a marketer need to do to prepare? What are the techniques and marketing strategies that are going to help you get your brand featured and found in a world where searchers are asking a chatbot for recommendations? Well, so far, it looks like AI search results are going to be an evolution rather than a revolution. So whilst lots of things will change, there are some areas of digital marketing and SEO that will become more important than ever in this new world. And one of these is digital PR. And by the way, everything we're going to share in this video can help your business immediately, so you don't need to wait for Google's new AI search results to fully roll out to feel the benefit. Google recently announced its Search Generative Experience, otherwise known as SGE, and we filmed a separate video all about what this is and how it works. But basically, this means that when people search on Google, they will get an AI-generated answer with 3 featured results that corroborate that answer at the top of the search results. And SGE will look slightly different for different types of results. For example, if it's a more e-commerce focused product search, then AI will pull in results from Google's product graph to show in the generative AI answer. So far, we haven't heard from Google when this is going to be rolled out across the world, but if you're in the US, you can join the waitlist today. But let's be honest, this huge section at the top of the search results is going to make it harder for businesses to get to the top of Google. Harder, maybe, but not impossible, especially if you're a ninja or you're ninja trained. We believe that one of the keys to getting your business featured in this section and keeping eyes on your brand throughout this transition is digital PR, both for SEO purposes and for general brand awareness. So here are some of the best digital PR strategies that you can implement with Google's SGE in mind. First up, let's talk about publishing original studies and statistics. Now, before you think, that sounds really hard, these don't necessarily have to be brand new. You may already have customer data that you could crawl through and find some really valuable insights. But okay, why are studies and original statistics going to be powerful in a world of SGE? Well, in our client work, we've found that publishing original studies and statistics on our clients' websites can be a great way to get them linked to from really large top-tier publications. But they also may give you an advantage when it comes to SGE. Just imagine that somebody is searching on Google for particular data or statistics in their industry. Well, SGE is going to give them an answer, but it's going to need to find sources that corroborate that answer. And if you've got data and statistics that it can cite in order to back up that position, you've got a chance of being one of those 3 featured websites. For example, a search for digital marketing statistics could return an answer like, according to Exposure Ninja, 55% of marketers struggle to understand why their audience doesn't convert. And it's then going to need to provide the reference link for that statistic. Now, the best studies share new information, or they share existing information as presented in a new and compelling way. And one of the best ways to do this is through infographics. Here's a fantastic infographic from Household Quotes about the most popular dog breeds around the world. This infographic has beautiful design, and further down the page we can see some of the image has been broken down into smaller sections that can easily be shared. But wait, how does this get any traffic for Household Quotes, which helps searchers find tradespeople to do work on their homes? Well, taking a closer look at the internal links on this page, we can see that readers are directed to information about how to make their homes pet safe. And this may require tradespeople to do that work in their house. So whilst this infographic isn't necessarily going to get the bottom of the funnel traffic that needs to make a purchase now, this is one of those top of funnel strategies that can get eyeballs on the brand. And this is a really shareable topic. It's the sort of thing people love, talking about dog breeds. This is the type of thing that people love to share on social media. So because they found this creative angle, it almost turns into a word of mouth campaign, even though it started as a digital campaign. So the business case here is that it's likely that some of the people that see this will at some point want a tradesperson to come and work on their house. And because they've been on the Household Quotes site, they're more likely to choose that in future. Or they might already have a dog or about to buy a dog. They see this, decide to get their home dog proofed, and that's when they become a customer of Household Quotes. This type of thing is really easy to put together, and often the information is already publicly available. Now, of course, the type of data that you're including in your survey is going to depend on exactly the data that you have available and the data that you can find out there already in the world. Then it's up to you to package it in a way that's interesting and relevant and likely to get people sharing it. Newsjacking is another form of digital PR where brands jump on a trending topic and either post memes or jump on the back of it in order to get eyeballs on themselves and appear to be part of the conversation. Let's be real, we do this all the time on the Exposure Ninja channel when it comes to the topic of AI. Because it's a trending topic, we know that we can get eyeballs on our videos if we talk about it. And because it's in a somewhat relevant area to us, we have expert opinion on it and we can share that opinion in a way that's useful to potential customers. There are different levels of newsjacking. Brands can either go all in on a particular topic and create dedicated content around that topic, or they can just give an expert opinion or insight on something that is already trending. Sometimes they might just be speaking about recent events or even just sharing a couple of memes. For example, a bunch of local businesses in the US have recently been talking about the impact that Taylor Swift coming to their town has on business, with one salon in Houston, Dry Bar, talking about getting a whole bunch of bookings around the week of the Taylor Swift concert. So they went and trained their stylists on Taylor Swift's hairstyles, knowing that they were going to get demand for these styles. So not only did they make money from all those additional bookings, but they then got a bunch of coverage and links by talking about this after the event. Now, sometimes you'll get journalists reaching out asking for opinions like this, but a lot of the time it's actually up to the business to go out to journalists and say, hey, we might have an interesting story here. So if you realize that your business is connected to some sort of event or current news story or trend, you can reach out to journalists and writers at online publications with suggestions of a story to cover. Dry Bar did potentially miss a bit of a trick though. As far as we can see, there aren't any social media posts from around the time of the concert promoting the fact that they were taking bookings for Taylor Swift styles that weekend. Now, this would have been a pretty quick and easy way to jump on this. They'd already done the prep work, and it means they can get even more business out of this weekend. Now, to take this a step further and prepare them for a world of AI-generated search results like SGE, which, by the way, weren't released at this point, but hear me out, Dry Bar could have written a blog and had some of their stylists make videos about Taylor Swift's hairstyles. They could have discussed what these styles were called, what to ask your salon for, how to look after these types of styles, what type of hair suits these styles, all of this meaning that they would have a chance of showing up in the corroborative results when somebody searches the AI for Taylor Swift hairstyles. They could have also made use of Google Perspectives as well. This is a filter that you can add to search results to show more human-led and first-hand experience type results of that search. For example, if somebody searched for Taylor Swift hairstyles, the Perspectives tab is going to show them a bunch of videos, forum posts, Reddit posts, all about Taylor Swift's hairstyles. So if Dry Bar had had their customers film short TikToks of their new Dry Bar Taylor Swift cuts, then they're going to have a much better chance of showing up in the Perspectives search results for that type of query. Of course, all of this is hypothetical because Perspectives wasn't out when this story broke, but you can see how businesses can start to prepare themselves and to build content and make marketing strategies around these new search features, knowing that they're going to be what's driving traffic for potentially years to come. And by the way, if the pace of change in the world of digital marketing seems overwhelming, don't worry, you're not alone. What you can do is request a free website and marketing review from the team here at Exposure Ninja. We'll take a look at your website and we'll plan you out a 6 to 12 month prioritized digital marketing action plan that you can follow to generate more leads and sales from your website. Go to exposureninja.com/review to apply today. Okay, the next marketing strategy that is going to set you up really well for the future of search is to coin your own terms. Visual puns, ladies and gents. If you've created a new process in your industry or you've improved an existing process and that doesn't really have a name, well, you can coin your own term. We've done this a lot for clients over the years and it's been extremely powerful. So here's how it works. You identify a term that describes that process or the result that you're getting for people and start building content around it. The plan is that your content ranks for that term even before it enters the sort of public awareness. By constantly using that term and seeing it spread into your industry, what happens is when people start searching for that term, up comes you and up comes your content. Because you are the originator and your content has been published for the longest time, Google is more likely to show you in one of the corroborating results because you are seen to be the originator of that term. Alongside that, if you can actually have your term enter the industry lexicon, then if people are nice, when they use that term, they'll mention the fact that it was you who coined it and may give you a link. For example, HubSpot, who have done a fantastic job of coining all sorts of terms, as we saw in our HubSpot takedown video, including inbound marketing, recently also coined the term surround sound SEO. Now here is SEMrush using the words coined by HubSpot when describing this technique. We've helped all sorts of clients do this, like a software company where we helped coin the term continuous performance management, or an e-commerce company where rather than coining a particular term, we identified with them brands that were about to blow up. We then ranked content on that website for those brand terms, so that as soon as those brands did blow up, our client was already ranking and sitting pretty at the top of the search results. Now, coining your own term works fantastically well, because if it takes off, you'll start to find that people are linking back to your website, particularly if you have a term definition page on your site. Now, keep in mind that Google's Search Generative Experience AI results are going to be pulling from Google's knowledge graph. And you can get a benefit from the knowledge graph by having either linked or unlinked mentions, meaning that even if websites aren't linking to you, the fact that they are mentioning you next to this other term is going to increase the chances that Google is going to show your website and your business next to any references to that term. The next digital PR strategy that's going to help you in this new AI world is getting your website linked to from the sites that are already ranking and already being featured for some of these terms. Once Google's Search Generative Experience or these AI results are rolling out, it's really important that you have a look at the websites that are being referenced, that are being shown to corroborate Google's search results. You can then try and get your business featured on those sites, knowing that those pages are already ranking for that term. This is known as link insertion, and one of the best ways to use it is to get featured in, the typical top 10 lists that you see online. Now, these lists may become more popular in an AI search world because they will offer searchers an alternative to the AI recommended results, and it's likely that there will be plenty of product or service or software searches that people do actually want a human-led list of recommendations rather than the AI list of recommendations, because the AI list doesn't necessarily give the criteria by which it's making those recommendations. So by targeting these sort of best recommendation lists, you're kind of reverse engineering the buyer journey, and you're looking at the type of searches that are made just before somebody gets to the bottom of the funnel and is ready to make a purchase. The next strategy in your digital PR toolbox from the future is a brand blast. Now, brand blast is a digital PR campaign that is timed to get most of its coverage on one day. It's most commonly known as a simultaneous launch or an embargo launch, but the basic gist is that you get everyone to wait to publish their content about your thing at the same time. As a result, potential customers who visit a range of these different type sites or influencers or social channels all of a sudden see your brand or product everywhere. I'm not gonna lie, this does take quite a bit of pre-planning and organization, and you'll also need to agree with each publication to stick to the embargo. But this can be quite effective when you have a new product being launched and it makes sense for everyone to talk about it on the same day. But even if you don't have a product to promote, if you've got a story that's interesting or exciting enough, a brand blast can work well for this too. Whilst these sort of brand blast campaigns might not have an immediate impact on Google's SGE or the AI answers, what they do help with is visibility of your brand amongst your target customer. And also the content from these websites can then help fuel Google's knowledge graph, which can mean that you're recommended later on in either transactional or informational queries. Think of it this way: if there's enough positive press about your brand, product, or service, that positivity is going to fuel more mentions and positive comments that Google can pull into their answers as time goes on. This new world of generative AI search isn't something to be scared of. It's a great chance to try new marketing strategies and put some time and energy into the marketing channels that are going to get you more visibility and help you connect with customers in new ways, especially ways that can help you rank in search results and connect with customers at different stages of the funnel, which is exactly what digital PR is great for. Now, if you want to learn more information about Google's new AI search, which you definitely should, then check out this video. It shows you how SGE works, some of the different searches it's showing up for, and some of the curiosities and oddities about it. Until next week, see you soon.